Hey, Latasha's back on top again. Latasha is first. Good evening, Latasha. Bernice is on from King County, Washington State is on. So I hope you're doing well. Good to see Linda Frazier is third. Uh, Shayla is fourth. Um, it might be some trouble on here because Shayla is on my page. So Shayla is fourth. Good to see you, Shayla. Hope you're doing well. Joyce Parrish is with us every single Friday night except one, and she is fifth. Good evening, Joyce. Hope you're doing well. Y'all come on in. Let's get it started. You're being good. I am so glad that you are being good. So that means that Robert Richards is on. We got Robert is on. Good evening. Tony White, thank you for joining us. You've been traveling. Okay. All right. Well, hope everything is all right with you, Bernice. But you can still, you can still come on Friday Night Live when you're traveling, right? I just want you to know, we're out there. You can be on and you can still be with us. So, but good to see the maestro himself, the professor Spencer Ellis White III. Good to see you, sir. Hope you're doing well. Tony White is on. Um, so Tony and Spencer, y'all cousins or something? Good to see Sarah Stevens on Liberty City Spiders and Liberty County Spiders. Thank you for joining us. Good to see Snowy. Good evening to you. As well as Brother Keith Kimball is in the house. Good to see Coach Cassell Bell from Duval, Jacksonville, Florida. She's on with us. Um, See, Bernice, you don't have to be in Savannah to be on Friday Night Live. You could be in Duval. You could be in Jacksonville and be on Friday Night Live. You can do like Cassell did. Just tune in for wherever you are, no matter where you were traveling to. I mean, if you have Wi-Fi in the air, you could probably tune in to Friday Night Live there too. So I'm just saying. All right, good to see Professor Laura. Thank you for joining us. We're glad to have you. Uh, Come on in and have a seat. Good to see Julia Renee is on with us. Good evening to you, as well as Lily Reddick is in the house. Thank you for joining us. Karan, happy Friday to you. Hope all is well. And so Tony is saying he's not Kenneth Spencer. Okay. Ann Morris is on. Hey, Ann, happy Friday to you. Hope you are doing well. Thank you for joining us. Bernice Loman. Bernice, I texted you, Bernice. I texted you and you had not responded. And so I'm in my feelings right now for a couple of reasons. But I texted you and you never texted me back. So I'm just saying, I had one simple question, Bernice. One. I had one question. Good to see Jeanette Jenkins on with us. Happy Friday to you. Tavon is on. Um, Hope you enjoyed yourself. Hope it was a great experience. Um, I hope Um, I hope you got lost in love. Right? I think that was it. Corinne, happy Friday to you. And Neil. Hey, Neil, how you doing? Good evening to you. Hope all is going well, as well as Aunt Ali has joined us. So good evening, Aunt Ali. Hope you're doing well. Good to see Pastor William Eason. Thank you for joining us. Good evening to you. So now, okay. So Bernice has connected with me. Brother Jefferson, good evening to you, sir. Hope you're doing well. Hope all is going well with you. Christopher, stand with Van. I stand with Chris as well. And Jacqueline Jones White is on, and Anna says hello. I say hello back to her. Hope you are doing well. Good to see Deanna Blige on as well as Paige Monroe has joined us. Thank you. Angela Kirkland is now in the house. So good evening to you. And good to see the Reverend Chantrice Holloman on. And I'm her favorite mayor. I think I'm her only mayor. I better be like your only mayor right now. But always good to see you. Hope all is well with you. Good to see my big brother Kenneth Roche. Pastor Kenneth Roche on with us. Good evening to you. Akeem, how are you doing, Akeem? Hope you're doing well as well. Deanna Blige as well. And Ernestine is on from Lakeland, Florida. See, Bernice? You see how they're in Florida? Now we can get started because Brother Alan Wright is in the house, so we can get started. Hilda, good to see you as well. Anna says that, what happened? Anna says what? A classmate did a post about me. Well, I want it, so I want to see that. Good to see Henry is on from Columbus, Ohio. Good to see you, sir. Thank you for joining us. And good to see the Archbishop Nathaniel Smalls on. Hope you're doing well, sir. As well, Tiffany Smith, thank you for joining us. Good to see Vondelin, as well as my cousin Marion Jones. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Good to see Alex Brandt on as well. Lita! I know that Lita is out on an excursion right now, so I appreciate you taking the extra effort to check in. You said you were going to do it, and you did it, so great. Renee Fitch, thank you, Renee, for joining us. Good evening to you as well. And Bernice has responded, and let me look and see if she's responded, and she did. All right, we good. Now we good. And have we uploaded lately? I'm just wondering. And Reverend Chantrice says, I'm her only mayor. She's the other mayor. I'm just her favorite. Am I your favorite all time? Or just your favorite right now because this is where you are. So, I mean, I need details. So, I mean, you've had other mayors, but am I your favorite mayor of all time? Am I your favorite mayor because you're in Savannah right now? Then when you go somewhere else, then something else happens. Loto! Good to see Olga Williams on as well. We haven't seen you on for a while, but hope you're doing well. Hope Leroy is not working tonight. Hope you're giving him a night off. Good to see Lisa Wiggins on. Thank you for joining us. Hope you're doing well. And Akeem is been under and on top of the weather, but he's back. Thank God for that. Glad you're better. Good to see LaRonda Simmons. Thank you so much for joining us. Helen Brown is on with us. Good evening, Helen. Good evening, Sultan Singleton. Appreciate you joining us, as well as Esteline Beeman. Happy Friday to you. All right, Reverend Dr. Chantrice says I'm her favorite of all time. So y'all just write that down, screenshot it. So when she mad at me, I'll say, remember, I'm your favorite mayor of all time. So Gloria Wells is on. Good evening to you, as well as Jeanette Polk. Happy Friday to you. Hope you're doing well. And all of you, come on in. We'll go ahead. We'll get started momentarily. We're glad to have you on another edition of Friday Night Live. Good to see Sandra Smith on, as well as Jeff Mosley. Really happy to see you, Jeff. Let's keep it cute. Let's be nice, Jeff. So, but thank you for joining us. Anybody else before we get into it? Good to see Regina Young. Hope you're doing well, Regina. And well, everything that comes out is that, well, the good news about it, uh, Capers, if that's your real name, is if everything that comes out of it is that, then you're in it because you're on it. So, um, welcome. And if it is, you probably just made it that. But anyway, good to see Helen from Helen's podcast. Happy Friday night to you as well. Aviana, hey friend. Good to see my friend. I see you, and I see you're getting big. And so I hope you're doing well. I hope you're being good. Aviana is our youngest Friday night liver. She is 5 years old, and so we're always glad when my friend is on with us. Loto says that Leroy is off. Very good. That means he's working in the house. It's not the same. Good to see Carrie Lawson on. Thank you so much. Glad to have you. As well as Sister LaWanda Tillman. Sister Tillman, you have been going in on for me this week. I mean, every time I'm getting ready to um, deal with somebody who I didn't call for, but came to me, you had already dealt with them. So thank you very much. I am so indebted to you for that. You've helped me keep my religion. Alan Wright is right. Uh, Alan Wright is right. Like the page, share the page. Joanne Norris is on. Good evening to you. Good to see Artina Hodges on. It's been a while. I'm glad that you are on. Good to see Denise Smith. Wow. All right. Well, hopefully you're somewhere stable and chilling. Good to see Dr. Wanda Early on with us as well as uh, yes, Regina, you're doing well, good as well. Thank you. Andrea Hargrove is on. Thank you so much. Mama Marsha has joined us. Good to see you, Mama Marsha, as well as Felicia Cuthbert. Thank you so much for joining us. Good to see the Honorable Kendra Rowe, the City Commissioner from the city of Brunswick, Georgia. Thank you so much for joining us. Always a pleasure to have you on, Your Honor. We appreciate you being on. And so those of y'all from the Brunswick area, your commissioner is on with us for Friday Night Live. Sheila McGirt, I saw you recently, so good to see you. Thank you for joining us, as well as Shaka Smith. Happy Friday to you. Good to see the Jermaine Reed on as well. Hope you're doing well, and we need to communicate. I got to ask you a question, but we'll talk about it. Um, I did say, yes, friend, I saw your pictures as a grandmama. You did a very good job being a grandma. You did a very, very good job. Yes, I saw it. So thank you. So come on in. Let's go ahead and we'll get started. Let's uh, get on a roll. As you know, this Friday night. We know what we do on Friday night. So come on, take the opportunity, get on this mothership, and let's ride. Good to see Mama Charlotte on with us. Thank you so much. Hope you're doing well. And I gave that to the child, so the child should have given it to you. Good to see Jackie Merriweather. Thank you so much for joining us, as well as Patty from Florida Space Coast. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Dwayne Nutley, thank you so much. We appreciate that. Um, and praise the Lord, it is good to see you on as well. And so Akeem is going to deal with, my 4 year. I mean, you can't hate somebody and follow them for 4 years. You know, I mean, I wouldn't be wasting my time. If there was somebody that I couldn't stand, or I thought they weren't relevant, they were saying things I didn't agree with, then I'd be following you for 4 years. You know what that sounds like? That sounds like undercover fan. Glad to have you. But anyway, good to see Joshua Flynn. Thank you so much for your service as well, sir. Glad you're back in the saddle as well. Stacy Henderson is on from Chicago. And see, Bernice, see Stacy came on from Chicago. See, you can be on too. Carrie Daughtry is on with us, as well as Georgia Davis. Happy Friday to all of you. Let's go ahead. Let's get started. First thing we want you to do is do what? Brother Allen told you. Like the page. We are really, really close to getting the 50,000 followers. We're really close to 50,000 followers. So if you do not like this page already, I want you to do me a favor, and I want you to like the page. Good to see you, Miss Kathy. Hope you're doing well. do me a favor. If you have not liked the page already, go ahead and like the page. Again, we're very, very close to 50,000. 50,000 followers. So we appreciate that. Um, Good to see Carrie Daughtry, our boy Joe, on the cover page. Okay. And me and Mac is, yeah, 50,000. Um, and so go ahead and like the page. Second thing we want you to do is we want you to share this page. I mean, share the video. So if you would not mind, take a moment and click share. Okay, you look right down at the bottom. Look right there. Look right down there. You see? Right down there. All right? Right down there. 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 And click share. All right? Go ahead and click share. Do that right quick. Thank you, Brother Robert. I appreciate that. Good to see Cassandra and Chris Clemens on. I appreciate that. Thank you so much, Eva. I appreciate that. Uh, Kathy is back. Granddaughter participated in the Harlem Fine Arts Show. Congratulations. Congratulations on that. Boston Sweets, good evening to you. Neil, good evening to you. Come on, did y'all? I don't see where y'all are hitting share. Hit right there. Go down there. Click share. Share the video. We want you to like the page. Then we want you to share the video. Why? Because we believe in infecting the world with our kindness. Thank you, Boston Sweets. Red Strawberries is on, reminding everybody to juice, that juicing is the way. And so I just need y'all to share. Share this video. Like the page, then share the video. Share it. Share it. All right? Go ahead. There you go. I see some of y'all doing it. Uresh, thank you for joining us. Good evening to you. Go ahead and click share. All right? And then we're going to go ahead and get into what we do, doing what we do as we do. And so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to start off the way we always start off. And so this is our opportunity. We believe in strong thoughts. We believe in prayer. We believe in well wishes. We believe that the power of good is better than the power of evil. We believe that we speak things as though they were. We speak things into existence. We positively think. So we send our love first for our girl Tara. And so many of you all know our girl Tara. Tara has been a faithful follower of Friday Night Live, and she has been going through. And, you know, since the beginning of this, we have been posting this every single week. Hashtag Tara Strong, T-A-R-A Strong. And then we do 3 green apple hearts and then a red heart. And so we do that for our girl, and she is still hanging on in there. So go ahead and do that in honor of our girl Tara. Good to see Phyllis Harris is on. Thank you for joining us, as well as Gail McLemore. Thank you so much for joining us. Big Todd is coming up. Good to see Susie Laszlo. Appreciate you being on. And then, of course, the Tia Acker has joined us, and always a pleasure to have you on. Good to see the Honorable Dietrich Leggett, who serves us so well in the 2nd District of the City of Savannah as a 2nd District Alderman. So glad to have you today, sir. So we're doing that. We're doing the Tara Strong. The second thing we do is for lupus warriors. And so this is to lift up those that are dealing with lupus. We say that they may have lupus, but lupus does not have them. And so we lift those up for those that are dealing with those. So we do 3 purple hearts, and we do a red heart like so. Good evening, Gloria Luttrell, Brack Ford, Precious. Thank you for joining us, Precious. Hope you are doing well. And so we send out for our lupus warriors. So we lift up those who are dealing with those challenges. And so we lift them up. And we've had folks on here that had these challenges. And so, you know, lupus and multiple sclerosis, these are chronic things. Thank you, Ms. Maxine, for joining us. Sandra Wilson, good to see you. Hope you're doing well. And then we sent out Michelle Willis is on as well. Thank you. Then we sent out one for uh, multiple sclerosis. For, again, those who are dealing with multiple sclerosis. Um, so we send that out. And, you know, you ain't got to be going through, right? But we certainly are concerned about those who are. Um, hey, Michelle, Mr. Bill is under the weather, so let's remember. Um, let's think about Mr. Bill, his great wife Michelle, and so let Mr. Bill know we're thinking about him, and we hope he gets better real soon. Okay, so we certainly will do that. We all know what those stomach viruses is like, and then those that are dealing with um, Elizabeth, hola, hope you're doing well, and those who are doing Dietrich, I mean, look, you set it up, man. So thank you so much. I didn't know I was speaking. I think they invited both of us and thought one of us would come. So it was good being in Pulaski with you today, sir. Um, so we send this out for autism as well. 3 light blue hearts and then a red heart for those that are dealing with that or have families that are dealing with autism. Jacqueline is a MS warrior, so we're thinking about you, lifting you up, right? Then the final one we do is for those that are dealing with depression, which can affect anybody, anytime, anywhere. And so we all just have our moments. Life be lifing, stuff be happening. And I mean, you could be like up here and then all of a sudden just hit freaking rock bottom, right? And so, let me see that right quick for Michelle. So for those, for some people, depression is an hourly thing. Some people, it's a daily thing. It is an opportunity. You can't do the hearts because you're using talk to type. All right, Mia, well, I appreciate that. Now, you working in the hospital? Wait a minute now. Hold up, Mia. You're in the hospital or you working at the hospital? All right. Hey, Robin. Good. I'm glad your son is doing well with the heart pumps. I'm like that. But for those dealing with depression, we send that out as well. For those of you going through, know that trouble don't last always. The darkest hours are just before day, and beneath all the clouds you face, the sun will shine. Good to see Wacoma uh, didn't go on. And she had a birthday, so we'll send out some love for Wacoma for her birthday. Hope you had a great birthday. Good to see Melissa Roan. Thank you so much for joining us, and I appreciate that. To all of you, thank you all for joining us again as we continue to grow our community. All right, that's right. The Beyond Labels Autism event is April the 4th. And so if you want to come out to Daffin Park, you can go ahead and do that. And so we do support Gloria Ford in this effort. So thank you so much. So hey, y'all, let me tell you this much. So this week is week number 310. 310 straight, 310 consecutive weeks of Friday Night Live. Every single Friday for 310 weeks. This is my 310th week consecutively being with you for 2,171 days, for 5 years and 11 months, for 71 months and 8 days. 310. We've been together in the longest relationship, situationship, entanglement. We've been together. We have built community digitally when we were in the throes of COVID, did not know how or when we were going to emerge from it. Here we are, almost 6 years later, 5 years and 11 months later, still building community that now reaches all over the world from right here in Savannah, Georgia. And that shows us that our connections are not limited to right where we are. And we are so glad and so honored that all of you are with us. Good to see Mike Bell on from the ATL. Stoney! My beautiful niece, Cheyenne Stoney, is on with us. Always glad to have her on as well. Bradford. Okay, I'm sorry, Lloyd. Oh, yeah, I'm sorry, Lloyd. Yeah, 310 weeks. Deborah Scott is on. Shaka, thank you very much. Yeah, and some of y'all have rolled with us ever since day one. And many of you have, if you didn't ride all of us, like Joyce might have done most of them, like 309 she might have done. But most of y'all have been with us at least 300 of them. Every single Friday night we have done this. I have been in Berlin and got in. I've been in France. I've been in Ghana. I've been in airports. I've been in cars. I've been in planes. I've been all over the place. And on Friday nights, we have been together. I am so grateful for this way of going through and this way of dealing with some of the most challenging times in my life. And my Facebook family, my Friday Night Live family has helped me to do that. I am getting so appreciative to all of you for doing that. So let's go ahead, let's get to it. And so what do I want to talk about? Well, I want to talk about two things, and then we'll take any questions you have. And the first thing that's really, really interesting is I talked about it a little bit last week, and I want to talk a little bit about it this week. That is really kind of connected in a way, but not really to the second thing. So yesterday, the city council decided to take our recommendation of putting a committee together to really look at Whitfield Square. To those of you who don't know, Whitfield Square is one of our original squares that was planned by General James Oglethorpe literally almost 293 years ago. And it had always been in folklore that it was a slave burial ground. It was a place where enslaved people were buried. Our city archives kind of confirmed that there was a slave cemetery there, but at some point the remains in that area were removed, and it was moved to Laurel Grove, where we have a slave cemetery, or a cemetery for enslaved people. And but yet they said, well, maybe they took most of the folks, but they didn't take all the folks. And so the city had radar. We had the area surveyed, and we found about 80 anomalies. And anomalies is a scientific term, but we essentially believe there are at least 80 graves. 80 graves that might be either empty or might contain human remains, which then confirms the Savannah City Archives, which then also confirms the information in the from the folklore. Okay, and so it confirms all of that. And so we're excited about the opportunity. We're going to put a committee together. We're going to really talk about the most humane, best way to memorialize this sacred space, this sacred square. And so we want to make sure that we're able to do that. So I'm looking forward to us doing that. So we'll keep you updated on that. So we're doing that. Let me see. So let me see. Thank you, Marilyn. I appreciate that. Good to see Josette on. Good seeing you this week. I appreciate you, Dwayne. Thank you for that. Thank you, Alan. All right, Roberson, I'll talk about that in a minute. Marilyn, thank you so much as well. And see, Bunny Beware is in Louisville, Georgia. Thank you so much for joining us from there as well. Um, so I wanted to talk about that. The second thing I wanted to talk about in relation to that, good to see Wendy Davis from Rome, Georgia. Thank you for joining us. Um, was um, I made the decision. Well, let me go back. The cemetery boundaries are much bigger. Um, well, James, I think for us, we recognize they felt like the cemetery from the city survey were actually most of it was confined to the square, and so really around there, but not too far out of there. So again, that's part of the things that our committee is going to talk about. Good to see the Honorable Dana Williams is the mayor of Thunderbolt, Georgia. Good to see him on, and he is at the Savannah Ghost Pirates game. So good to see you, Mayor Williams. See, Bernice, you could be at a hockey game, and you could still be on Friday Night Live. And so go Ghost Pirates. Um, Evelyn Marshall, again, good evening to you. And I wanted to talk about something related. You know, we lost um, Reverend Jesse Jackson. And um, Reverend Jesse Jackson, regardless how you felt with him, and I had the opportunity to know him personally, um, you know, was a transformational figure. He ran for president twice. He was someone who was with Dr. King when he died. Um, he was someone who inspired young people around the country, to include a young college student named Van Johnson and other folks. Um, and it's unfortunate that political divides or whatever it is, I mean, we have um, lowered flags from the federal government recently in government buildings for people that the president felt or the government felt should be lowered for, and we respect that. Good evening, Alderwoman Shabazz. Thank you for joining us, as well as Nikki Simpson. Thank you for joining us, as well as Toya Goody. And Linda is on from Reno, as well as Victoria Smith and Shauna Moss. Um, and so um, the president did not lower the flag. I don't think the governor of Georgia lowered the flag. And I mean, that's their prerogative. And so I try not to get mad or get into other people's heads. I do what I can do. And so guess what? In Savannah, we're lowering the flags on all city-owned buildings, and we've asked Savannaians to do the same from sundown on Sunday night to sundown on Saturday in honor of this man who really was so transformative in our lives and so influential. Regardless of how or what you felt about him, you cannot dispute his impact, or certainly dispute his legacy. So as mayor of this city, I ordered the flags to be down. And the funny part about it was, I thought, pretty routine. Boy, the racists came out. I mean, it's just all, people telling me I don't have the power to lower a flag on a building that I'm the chief elected official of, that I work in every day. Every single one of them. And then we'll go on about our lives. But it's about the ability for our city, particularly since Reverend Jackson had so much connection to this community. Many of you all know Mr. Benjamin Pelote Sr. I mean, they were boys. They were boys, boys, boys. I mean, he would come here. Matter of fact, the last time I saw Reverend Jackson in person, I believe we were in Chicago, and had a chance to talk to him. And he always asked me two things. He asked me how Betty Pelote is doing. He always asked me how Savannah is doing. I said Savannah is doing fine. When he came to Savannah, I believe the year before, he asked about me. They called, said Reverend Jackson's asking about you. You know, we need to find other things to be mad about. Um, yes, they did. The flag was lowered for Charlie Kirk, and you know what? I didn't get mad about it because I mean, again, it's the prerogative of the president, the governors, to the lower flags for who they want to lower flags for. I try not to get caught up in that kind of stuff. But then on the other end of it, I chose to lower the flags for Reverend Jackson. And that is what we are going to do. And so being mad about it and showing your bigotry and showing your racism further adds to the divide. You may not feel like he deserved that honor, but I did. And I'm the mayor, and so I have the ability to make that decision. When you become mayor, then you get to make the decision. And I didn't think it was as big of a deal as it's become. But I was amazed, even some people I knew or thought I knew, of some of the things that they were saying in relation to this. There are only a few ways that cities can pay honor. And Robert is right. He was from Greenville, South Carolina. He will lay in state in Columbia um, early next week before returning back to Chicago. Um, you know, we want to show honor, and I think that's all we're doing. So, um, you know, I hate to say it like that, but hey, Ann, thank you so much. Well, of course he has. Of course he was at first AB. Good to see Carlitha on as well. Thank you, and thank you, Marilyn, for paying attention. Um, yeah, but we're not going to sit there and fight over a flag. We're not going to do that. We're not going to do it. I mean, you know, I made the decision. I proclaimed it. I've ordered it. It will be done. Um, and let's find something else to put this considerable energy towards. When the president decided to lower flags for Charlie Kirk, I mean, okay. I mean, I didn't know what his relevance was to Georgia specifically, but okay. I mean, that's his call to be able to make it. That's why, if you notice, I didn't say anything about it. Um, but I have folks in Effingham County that are all upset about what's happening in Savannah. Well, I mean, deal with what's happening over there. This is what we are doing here. So I just wanted to talk a little bit about that. What ends up happening is that the folks never comment really here. They'll wait until after this is over, and then they will start commenting afterwards. So that's what they do. But I'm oftentimes very, very surprised at the things that people say. Good to see Dr. Pete Silver on. I don't know where you are, but tell me where you are, Dr. Pete Silver. Good to see Tan Evans on with us. Thank you so much for joining us. I mean, I just think sometimes you just have to exercise some courage. I was 16, maybe 16, 17 years old, um, you know, when I first met Reverend Jackson. I mean, I'm looking at this man, I'm next to this man who ran for president in 1984 and then ran in 1988. And here you have somebody like me. At the time, we never had a black mayor in Savannah. I mean, I'm looking at this person, and he's telling me I am somebody. And I'm like, wow, okay, you know, keep hope alive. All right, I can do that too. And now that's what I'm saying to young people. And so, again, I think that Reverend Jackson's legacy will extend beyond race. I think it transcends race and class. I mean, he fought and spoke about breaking glass ceilings for women, um, for the LGBTQ community. He spoke on behalf of our Hispanic and Latin brothers and sisters. He went across and helped bring captives back from other countries. And I just think, again, for us, um, this was an appropriate way for us to show our respect to someone who really, uh, Dr. King has been gone 57 years, who really has been really constantly in our lives all of that time. And so thank you, Mama Charlotte, for respecting my decision. Hello, Catherine Grant. Thank you for joining us. And so, and Brother Keith Kimball, thank you so much. Brother Harry Thompson, good to see you. Thank you. Um, Black history is 365. I mean, I spoke to some kids at Pulaski School today, Pulaski K-8 school, and I told them the beautiful thing about Black history is that Black history is American history. And so if Black history is American history, then Black history is your history, regardless of what your race is. Hispanic and Latin history is American history. And so therefore, it is my history. And I get to embrace it as well. The greatest part, as I told those young people about history, is that it helps us understand what happened and how it happened and uh, who made it happen and who it happened to. But it helps us also know that the best history is still before us. And I trust that we will get to and be in a world and live in a world where ultimately that we can celebrate everybody, even if we don't agree. You know what? I mean, I didn't think Jesse Jackson was anything, but you know what? If he was to you, I respect you enough. Hey, I'm not going to, but people just like attacking me, telling me what I can't do. And y'all know that wasn't going to work. That was not going to work. And you disrespecting him or disrespecting his legacy, and the Bible says that, you don't speak ill of the dead. I believe in that. I believe in that. And, you sit up here trying to throw up that man's sins. Well, guess what? He has to atone to his sins just like you have to atone for yours. You better be careful who you put your mouth on, as they say. And so, you know, it is what it is. The flag is going down. Sun set on Sunday, and they will be up. They will be back up on Sunday morning the following week in honor of the Reverend Jesse Lewis Jackson Sr., and may his memory be a blessing. So going back, we had a shooting last Saturday, and I wanted to talk a little about that because the brother asked a question. I did not want to forget him. Um, Let me see. He asked about the officer involved shooting, and again, for me, I've served in that space. I've served in that space, and so I understand maybe a little bit better than most people. Good to see Savannah's Black History. You have been busy this month. Thank you for spotlighting me. I really appreciate that. Good to see Hattie White on with us as well. But I got called and go to Fraser Homes, and essentially, you have a situation where this young man had allegedly assaulted this lady and allegedly had put a baby in a dumpster, and the police come, and when they get there, the individual is um, refusing to um, follow the lawful commands of police. Good to see Deborah Walker on and Felicia Vereen. Um, you know, and he pulled something out. The officer didn't know what it was, and he shot him. Good to see Barbara Foster on. Thank you for joining us. And thank God he will survive it. But I think the point here is, and what we have to really be clear about is that you have got to follow the lawful commands of police. And that is something that we have to tell our young people. It's something that we need to emphasize, and I've said it before. Um, I'm a, I'm a law enforcement officer. I have a badge and a gun and all that stuff. But the reality is, it's very, very difficult about how we address issues of use of force. A police officer only has a second. Barbara Pinckney, I see you. Good to see Marianne Goldwire. Danica, Good to see you. Thank you. How's the weather in New York? Um, you know, it has to be, very, very um, difficult. I mean, generally, um, the standard is that somebody said, well, they pulled it out having to be a cell phone. Good to see Eugene Ballard Sr. Thank you for joining us. Um, people say, well, it happened, it was only a cell phone, and he pulled a cell phone out. But the police thought it was a gun. See, you can't wait until they confirm it's a gun, and that's not how it goes. I mean, police officers are generally authorized to use deadly force when they reasonably believe, and the word here is reasonably, and a jury can determine reasonably, when they believe that there's an immediate threat of death or serious harm to themselves or someone else. And so it's not what is discovered. The key to that is what a reasonable officer believed in that moment based on the information and the actions they were facing. The question was, did the officer believe that the person had a gun? That's the question. You know, if I got something in mind, I'm telling you, show me your hands, and you draw something on me, what did that officer believe in that, the reasonable officer believe in that moment? You have got to follow the commands of police. They are trying to go home too. And, the issue is, I mean, I talk to young people all the time. They ain't gonna tell me, you can't say crap like that because you have now upped the standard. Unfortunately for us, hey, Donica, we sent out some love to our girl, Donica. She lost her brother who will be funeralized tomorrow, Fletcher Scott. So, Donica, wants you to know we love it on you and praying for you as well. But the reality is, I don't care who it is. And I mean, again, for me, I'm the mayor of this city. And again, my hands are up. I'm going to follow the commands of the police. And we have to tell these young people that, fortunately for us, this young man was not killed, but he could have been killed. He could have been killed. So the central question in things like this, and again, we don't investigate ourselves. So the Georgia Bureau of Investigation will be investigating this for us. But but the central question in these situations is, one, did the individual comply or not comply with the lawful commands? Either he did or he didn't. The officer said, do this. Did they do this? Was it a lawful command? Was it a reasonable command? Then secondly, did the officer reasonably believe that he was pulling a firearm when he reached into his possessions, whatever it was? If I reach real quick, I mean, did the officer reasonably believe that? Would a reasonable person believe that? And even if it's later determined to be a cell phone or a comb or something else, the legal review really focuses on the officer's perception of what the immediate threat was and was it reasonable at the time. But we recognize that, these are concerning incidents in our community. It is. But the fact is that's always better. You could always fight it later with an attorney than fight it with a medical examiner. You would always rather deal with it with an attorney. Go ahead, take the L, put my hands up, take me to jail, and I'll get an attorney and I'll deal with it there. But to sit down here and play a dangerous game with somebody that you won't win is not good for you. So you step down, you take the temperature down, everybody's cool, comply and deal with it. You just got to. Good to see Monier on from Ruin Thai Cuisine on Broughton Street between Whitaker and Bull Street. Great, great Thai food. So good to see you on as well. So, we're sending out some love to Donica. We love Donica. Catherine, thank you so much for joining us. And so I wanted to address that because we often talk about, well, the police out here shooting people. Well, no, I mean, we've had I think 2024, we had like 5 officer-involved shootings. And I believe we were exonerated in all of them. I believe all of them. Last year we had none, and then this year so far we had two. Again, my thing has always been this: we're gonna withhold judgment. I mean, I'm gonna give the officer the benefit of the doubt. If the GBI says that the officer was justified, then I'm going to stand by that officer. If the GBI says it, the DA concurs, I'm standing by the officer. If they say that the officer was out of law, out of policy, right, then, we have to make sure that we hold that officer accountable. But for us to render judgment for an event we did not see, I think is irresponsible. Matter of fact, the good news for us is in the city of Savannah, we have body-worn cameras. So we have cameras. All the officers, that big box is a camera that catches everything. So we will be able to see what the officer saw. We'll be able to hear what was said, and the decision will be made from there. So, let's just make sure that we are doing what we could to be responsible. Good to see you. Ramald, thank you so much for joining us. Mike Trainer, thank you so much. I appreciate that. I'm glad you liked it. Thank you. I hope it was helpful. I wanted it to be helpful. So that's what I wanted to talk about. I had a great time, Michael. I'm glad I finally got a chance to speak for the Southeast Georgia Leadership Forum. It was really big, and I was glad for the opportunity to be there. I spoke on the subject, the power of and, the power of A&D, and really just talking about how at some point when you know better, you do better. And so, there was, y'all remember Schoolhouse Rock, and I used to love Schoolhouse Rock. That's how I learned about a bunch of stuff. But I learned about conjunctions, and through a thing called conjunction function. What's your function? And I learned about conjunctions in the context of trains, that conjunctions join two independent things together. And so, conjunctions is and, A-N-D, but, B-U-T, or, O-R. And that there was some value about the conjunctions that you use. Oh, Mother Sadie is on. Everybody all rise. Mother Sadie Campbell is on. She is 101 years old. She is the queen of Friday Night Live, and we are always so happy when she comes on. Mother Campbell, good to see you. Hope you are doing well, and I hope them gals are treating you right. So thank you so much. I appreciate you. We love you, we love you, we love you. So let me go back. So, we live our lives, a lot of us, in the or space. And we force people into these decisions. This or that. Or this but that. And the longer I've gotten into leadership, I've learned that really two things can be true at the same time. I've learned that two things can be true at the same time. And so I've really worked to train myself to say and use that in my leadership work. That, you want to acknowledge how people feel, but really and connects things together. And we've learned in Savannah, and we've gotten to be a much better city because we have worked on by using the word and. We can, be safe. We could be a safe city and not be safe for everybody. It's not safe or not safe. I mean, that's too simplistic, and you can't really quantify that. We're a very safe city. There are days when we're not safe for everybody, and we have to work toward those days when we're safe for all. So you move from OR, where we used to be, where it was black or white, or it was black or Hispanic, it was male or female, it was old or young, to moving to where it's male and female, black and white and Hispanic and Asian. It's young and older. And so we've really tried to really be more inclusive, because when you use or, you have essentially cut people out of the equation. We want to bring people in, which is why we use the word and. Brenda, where you going? Brenda, I'm not finished yet, so don't you go nowhere. But we use the word and, A-N-D. And I'm going to add, Mike, I'm going to add to that, because I really want to move from or, to A-N-D, meaning and, but I ultimately want to move to the place where we're all. So it's not either or, either and, but all. Reverend Vaughn Jackson, good to see you. And we're moving our city like that. But again, you know, I think that we can have, we have to have immigration enforcement. I believe that. And we can do that in a humane way that respects the dignity of people and provides public safety. I believe we can do all those things. It's not public safety or immigration enforcement. It can be both. But you have to be willing to understand the both. And so in our strategic plan, particularly talking about equity in the city, we've really tried to embrace the concept of and. That everyone has something to do, that everyone has something to contribute. For example, over in Whitfield Square, that we can keep Whitfield Square as a productive public space and preserve the dignity of the 80 or plus people who are buried underneath. Hey, Judy Williams, good to see you. And so those are the types of things that we're working towards, and we're going to have to be able to do our best to be able to get there. So I think that was all I wanted to talk about. But we got a couple of minutes, so any questions or anything, this is your time. If you have questions you want to ask, go ahead and put them in the chat, and I will answer them to the best of my ability. I can't guarantee I have all of the answers. I can't. Hey, Pastor Sandra Stephen Smalls, thank you so much. Glad to see you on. Our weather's been crazy. Only in Savannah, it could be like Friday and Saturday last week. It was like 81, 82 degrees. And then on Monday, it was like in the 30s, right? So hopefully this is the last of it. Hopefully we're now, leveling off and get to where we need to be. Thank you, Robert. We appreciate that. We are getting into that season. And so, I thank our city and our partners. We opened up warming stations. We wanted to make sure people were warm. We were really excited about that. I was also in East Savannah this week. And we were engaged in some historical markers. And so we were out there doing that. So I was really excited about what that meant, particularly at Linda Wilder Bryan. And so we appreciate that opportunity to do that. So Akeem wanted me to talk about so City of Savannah. We've been doing this for a while, but where we create opportunities where homeowners in the City of Savannah can be eligible for financial help to make needed repairs to their home. So our Housing Service Department, we're offering qualified homeowners up to $2,000 in grant funding for minor repairs, roofing, plumbing, HVAC, electrical work, painting, and flooring. And so the funding is limited as on a first come, first served basis. If the repair costs exceed the grant amount, then what we would do is we would give you a home improvement loan to up to $15,000 with a 40-year term at 2% interest. So again, very, 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 very affordable. And this loan requires no monthly payments as long as the homeowner is living and continues to own and occupy the property. Now, if the person dies, the property is sold or transferred, there's a lien on that property until it's paid in full. And so the goal of this is really to deal with our older homeowners, grandmama and granddad, they have a porch that's broken, they can't afford to get it fixed. And if it's not fixed, that might mean they can't live there anymore. Well, now you have almost $2,000 with an additional almost $15,000 to be able to get that fixed. All you have to do is live in Savannah. You have to own and live in your home. You have to have income verification, so it's based on your income, and show us, documentation of a current mortgage, and you have to be up to date on your property taxes. So again, trying to find ways of helping people. So that's what we try to do. Thank you, Marilyn. Don Stad, how you doing, brother? Hope you are doing well. Opinion on the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame nominees. I do not know. Let me see. I don't know who all of them are. I'll find out, though. Rock and Roll Hall of Fame nominees. Let's see. All right. Now, do everybody get in? All right. So the Black Crowes I've heard of are pretty dope. Mariah Carey, All I Want for Christmas Is You has been the song for forever. Melissa Etheridge, again, another classic name. Billy Idol, of course, you can't say no. Iron Maiden, of course. New Edition, they're in Greensboro. They're in Charlotte tonight. They're still touring. I grew up with New Edition, so absolutely. Pink, of course. Shakira, yes. Wu-Tang, yes. Jeff Buckley, I don't know. But of course, Phil Collins. Lauryn Hill, yes. Nix, I don't know them. I don't know Joy Division, New Order. I don't know Oasis. I know Sade. And of course, the Luther Vandross has to get in there. So that's my opinion. I think they said I can vote. Wait a minute. I can vote. There is a fan vote open now, and you can cast a vote for your favorite nominees. So you can go ahead and do that. And so I will be voting for definitely New Edition, definitely Luther Vandross, definitely Phil Collins, Billy Idol. I guess Wu-Tang for some diversity. Lauryn Hill is classic, so yeah. Anything else? New Edition will be in DC during NLC? Well, then that might need to be going during NLC. How about that? What date, Kendra? I might have to go to that. So anybody else? Any other questions? Anything else I can answer? We always enjoy having you on Friday night with us. We appreciate you and certainly what you do and what you mean to us and what you mean to our lives. We appreciate all of you for joining us. And again, this is a way that we build community. This is a way that, 313? Oh, I might be able to do that. So we'll see how that goes. But if you, that's right, Mother Campbell says we cannot let Satan steal our joy. Thanks to Love Connection, we love you too, sweetie. Thank you. I'm going to give her some love just because it's Mother Sadie. I appreciate you too. Alexandria wants to know any leadership conferences coming to Savannah. We actually had one this week. We had after the American Public Transportation Association was in town. About once a week, at least once, twice a week, I'm speaking to conferences that are coming, trade conferences that come to town all of the time. Also, Yeah, so we have a lot of folks always coming here. The child thanks me. Thank you, the child. We appreciate you. I appreciate you, Lawanda Tillman, as well. We did not see greetings and salutations on. Pastor Thurman Neal is kind of trying to avoid us tonight. What's going on? But just knowing we've been able to build community. Why we build community is because we use the word and. Because here in this space on Friday night, we have Republicans and Democrats and Libertarians. We have white and black. We have gay and straight. We have people who were born here and were not born here. We have people who like different things, but we know in this space we're able to build community. We have people who live here and people who don't live here. Again, we recognize for us when we build community, as we build community, we build it together. And so if we can find a way to get an hour out of a week to be able to just enjoy each other, as they say, and enjoy being in the same space, enjoy this beautiful city that we're blessed to be a part of, then it makes it all worth it. So again, just thank you all for being who you are. As y'all see, this is Savannah State. There's no place. Savannah State Tigers, 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 Tigers. So, but anyway, we look forward to seeing you next week. It's going to be real. Going to be real. Going to be real. Thank you always for being Savannah Strong. We love you, and in the words of my friend, thank you, Robin. I appreciate that. We love you all, and ain't nothing you can do about it. Even for those of y'all who are going to try to throw hateful comments on here after that, right? Oh, okay. While Coleman says SmackDown is on, so y'all know how she is about WWE. So go ahead back to SmackDown. Thank you, Alexandria Nicole. I appreciate it. Thank you, Robin. And to all of you, have a great night. Have a great week. And always be Savannah Strong. Good night, everybody. Thank you, Dr. Early. Thank you, Lisa Wiggins. I appreciate you. Have a great, 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 great night. Rest in peace, Jesse Jackson.